From the very beginning of moving pictures, filmmakers were fascinated with dances.
I could dance nightly just holding you tightly, my sweet. I could keep right on because you're so light on your feet. You're easy to dance with. There is no doubt in the way we...
In early silent films, what audiences saw on screen was an approximation of what they had seen on the stages of theaters. But with the coming of sound, it was natural to add singing to dancing.
You're easy to dance with, loving you.
It was in 1927 that Al Jolson became the first man to sing and talk on screen. The process of adding singing to film posed several problems, the most common being where to place the microphone. In the earliest musicals, the camera filmed the singer as he performed, while the orchestra was situated behind the camera. This production still shows Al Jolson singing for the camera with the orchestra in the studio. And here's another shot showing Dick Powell singing to camera, this time with the orchestra on the screen behind him. And this is how several of Bing Crosby's earliest films were made, with the singing and playing all done live and at the same time.
Maybe I'd better pick up the thread of the story.
Well, you leave.
Okay. First the bluebird said, we've got to have sunny weather.
Bing's first screen appearance in 1930 coincided with another technical innovation, early two-strip Technicolor. In Fred Astaire's first appearance on screen with Ginger Rogers in Flying Down to Rio, their tap dancing was recorded live. But if anything, the shooting of early dance numbers proved to be even more troublesome than the filming of singers. Note this early production still, where the camera is placed in a soundproof enclosure. This system of live shooting placed restrictions on both the artist's movements and the camera's mobility. And as dance numbers became more elaborate, more spectacular, and more complicated, it was obvious that something had to be done. So in order to control both picture and sound, it was decided very wisely to record the music first and then shoot the picture to playback. While this liberated the singer from having to stay in one position while singing, it still posed a problem for dancers. Certainly they could move around and do complicated routines to the pre-recorded music, but what about the sound of their taps? In the case of Astaire and Rogers, their taps would frequently be recorded after the routine had been shot and post-synced to picture. Fred and Ginger were very skillful at this, but sometimes, if Ginger was busy or was needed on another picture, her taps would be recorded by choreographer Hermes Pan in partnership with Fred. By the time Holiday Inn came to be made, all the main production techniques had been perfected. To give you an example, let's take this number, I'll Capture Your Heart, featuring Astaire, Crosby, and Virginia Dale. First, the vocals and orchestra are pre-recorded, then the song is performed to playback.
Here she comes down the street.
My, oh my, ain't she sweet?
Why, here comes my hot toddy.
Over my dead body, I'll capture her heart singing.
Just wait until she gets a load of my dancing.
Just wait till I start singing.
I'll take her strolling down the road with my dancing.
This would allow the director to shoot the number from various angles. And normally that's all there is to it. The artists go home, leaving the director and the editor to select the best angles for the final cut. But in the case of this number, Fred Astaire was expected to add his taps after the scene had been shot. If he hadn't added them, this is what the number would have looked like.
I'll take you through life singing la-da-da-dee, 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 boom, 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 boom.
I'll make you my wife dancing.
If you could dance instead of sing, I'd learn to love you somehow. If you could sing instead
That's the
of
way it
dance,
would have sounded under normal playback circumstances. But in fact, it was not shot that way at all. Fred actually added the taps as the cameras turned. It took two microphones strategically placed to pick up the full effect of his taps, one below the camera and one under the bench. Now let's see that again with the microphones turned on.
I'll make you my wife, dancing.
if you could
A big difference, wouldn't you say?
I'd learn to love you
Now,
somehow.
as I mentioned earlier,
If you could
in
sing
filming a number like this,
I'd take you
the director would
home
often
with me
shoot the same sequence from various different angles. For example, this particular section appears from this angle in the film. But for the theatrical trailer, this angle was chosen. So there you have it, just a brief before and after glimpse of what goes into the making of a movie moment.